Hey everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be doing an unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A21 for Straight Talk Wireless. Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy A21 is a phone that released around the middle of 2020, but it's not been available for Straight Talk very long. Now, it's currently Monday, November 23rd, so this phone is being sold right now for $99 at Walmart with their Black Friday sales. Now, that will not last forever, of course, temporary, and I believe the retail price of this phone is around $229 to $249, so we're gonna have to see if it's even worth anywhere near that. But I will give you the specs of this device. We will unbox the phone, show you the phone, power the phone up, and just take you around a few features, stuff like that. And also, just as a reminder, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, so be sure and subscribe if you're new around here. Hit that bell for notifications. That would be awesome. So let's go ahead and get right into the unboxing here of the Galaxy A21. Now, the display is a 6.5-inch HD display coming in at 720 by 1600 with a 20:9 aspect ratio with 270 pixels per inch. It is an IPS LCD display. For the processor, I believe this phone runs the MediaTek Helio P35 octa-core processor with 3 gigabytes of RAM and 32 gigabytes of onboard storage with micro SD card expansion. For the cameras, it has a quad camera setup. It's got a 16 megapixel wide lens with aperture of f1.8, 8 megapixel ultra wide lens with aperture of f2.2, 2 megapixel macro lens with aperture of f2.4, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor with aperture of f2.4. It can record in full 1080 30 frames per second. And the selfie camera is a 13 megapixel wide lens with an aperture of f2.0. It can also record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. This phone has a 4000 milliamp hour non-removable battery with 15 watt fast charging. This phone runs Android 10, has Wi-Fi 802.11 ABG and AC dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.2, USB Type-C, rear mounted fingerprint scanner. And like I said, right now for a limited time, a price of $99. So let's go ahead and check this phone out. Okay, so on top here, of course, is the device. So we'll go ahead and pull that out and put it to the side and see just what else does come here in the box. Got your Galaxy A21 quick reference guide along with your Straight Talk terms of service. Also have your adaptive fast charging brick, which is 15 watt fast charging. And you got your SD and SIM tool right there, of course. And this here is your USB Type-C charging cable. So we'll go ahead and put all this back in the box. Now the device is in hand. Like you see there, 6.5-inch HD plus display, 30 gigabytes of storage. Let's go ahead and peel off the plastic here off this phone. Just like that. Okay, so at first glance, the phone does feel very tall, kind of slender here. Got your fingerprint scanner there on the back, your quad camera setup with your flash. It does have kind of a shimmer look to it here in blue. It's really dark, but you see that little blue line going through it. Looks really nice. On the right here, we got your power button, your space volume rocker. On top, we got a noise canceling mic. On the left, we have your SIM and SD tray there. On the bottom firing speaker, USB-C charging port, 3.5mm headphone jack, another microphone right there. And on the front, got a little hole punch there, camera on the left, receiver, and all that kind of good stuff there. Go ahead and boot this phone up. Got Samsung Galaxy A21, so we'll get it set up, and I'll come back shortly. Okay, so we're all set up now and ready to go. Now, the first thing that I want to hit on right quick, like as I was setting the phone up, I did notice that the back cover here that goes to the frame of the phone, it's not smooth. As I was sitting here setting the phone up, I was holding it, was slide across my hand. It's not sharp or nothing like that, but it does definitely rub It's rough. It's not smooth. It's not a smooth edge from the back of the phone to the frame of the phone, the sides of the phone. It's on both sides like that. Now, it could just be this device here. It could be all the devices, but a case will, of course, take care of that. Unfortunately, I was hoping for a case in the box, but hey, can't always have a case in the box. So, now turning the phone on, it is set up and ready to go. You can unlock this phone by using your PIN, pattern, or password. Also up there, you'll see it's looking for a face, so it's got face unlock. Also, of course, the fingerprint scanner, as we'll try out now. Works just fine, no problems. Try it one more time. It comes on every time. Now we'll take the face unlock out. And yeah, there you go. Face unlock works just fine. No issues there. Now the display is 720p, but I am noticing that the viewing angles on this phone, they're just not good. You can look at it there when it's tilted. You can see it more whenever it's off camera. But the viewing angles, now the brightness is not set very high, as you can see right there. But looking at it, just looking right at it, it looks fine. But whenever it's tilted down, the viewing angles are just a little So anyway, let's just go ahead and browse the phone a little bit here. And you got all of your apps, stuff like that. Facebook's, of course, on everything. Got your Samsung stuff. Now, I got the phone in airplane mode, so that way I won't be downloading all the apps and bloatware and all the games and stuff like that comes on these phones for the time being. But, of course, up here, all of your Google stuff. Microsoft up here for LinkedIn, Office, OneDrive, Outlook, stuff like that. Your Samsung for your game launcher and your files. And track phone stuff like One Weather, Device Pulse, and My Site, stuff like that. So some of this stuff can be disabled, maybe deleted, all that kind of good stuff there. Now, taking up just a brief look here, it's typical Samsung, okay? A lot of these Samsungs look just alike. This phone does run Android 10, so you got your Wi-Fi, blue light filter. It does have NFC here on this device. You got Dolby Atmos and all that kind of good stuff there. Now, going to the settings here for a brief moment, got your connections here. So, got your Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, and payment. More connection settings, VPN, private DNS, and just all that kind of good stuff there. Going here into the display, got your light mode and your dark mode. So, leave on dark mode for right now. Turn off adaptive brightness. Got screen zoom, full screen app, screen timeout. We'll make that 5 minutes for right now. Home screen. You can choose your home screen grid, app screen grid, home screen layout. The typical Samsung stuff. You can change about everything that you want to change here on these devices. Navigation bar. I will go to full gestures. See, got wallpapers. Of course, you've got a nice theme store from Samsung, which is really nice. Biometrics and security. Face recognition, fingerprints, biometric preferences, and stuff like that. Just kind of going over this kind of fast, just hitting the key points here in this unboxing. Advanced features, your side key, turn that off or on. So if you turn that on, you can quick launch camera by pushing the power button twice or open a different app. I'll leave that off for the time being. Reduce animations, motions and gestures, double tap to wake, easy mute, direct call, and stuff like that. So dual messenger, one-handed mode, all that nice stuff there. Digital well-being, device care. Now, this phone does have 32 gigabytes of onboard storage. However, 12.3 gigs has already been used. So you got 19.7 gigs free out of 32, but you can add an SD card for your photos and videos to save room here on your internal storage. This phone also has 3 gigabytes of RAM. 1.5 gigabytes out of 3 gigabytes has been used so far. So a lot of testing to do here on this device. Your apps, general management, software update. We'll check all that out in a separate video. Now about phone. We can see here this phone does run One UI Core version 2.1 and Android 10. So going back home here, like I say, this phone does run the MediaTek Helio P35 processor, 3 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of storage. Now, some things that might, annoy you a little bit that I've noticed is that, I like the design of the phone, and, it's slender and it's tall, 20:9 aspect ratio, but the fingerprint scanner, from what I'm seeing, is way too high. Okay, when I hold a phone like this right here, My finger goes about right there. Okay, so yeah, if you got smaller hands, you may have to reach a bit more for the fingerprint scanner. Also, the power and volume rockers are way up at the top. So, just something to think about. It may not be a big deal to most, but if you got smaller hands, then you may have to reach considerable to get up here. The camera hump, you can see right there, and it is noticeable, as you can see right there. I mean, it's definitely not flush with the phone. Not a big deal in my opinion. Throw a case on here. It's going to hide most of that. But is this phone worth the full price? I mean, just the first impressions here. This phone was listed for $229 to $249 for Straight Talk. There's no way in the world. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, there is no way in the world I would pay that for this phone. But yeah, $99 right now for a limited time. I think that's a good price for this phone. Of course, I will load it down with applications, my games, take a few pictures. A lot of times I will upload pictures and samples to Instagram or Twitter. So if you ain't following me on there, links are down below in the description. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section about this device. Is it a phone that would interest you, or is it not? More testing is needed. So if it's helpful and informative in any way, hit that like button. Like I mentioned before, I upload every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So if you're new around here, be sure and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications. I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.